This last winter, as with anybody in this whole country, has been absolutely awful. Been, as you all know, wet, windy, not cold enough. We really want it a bit colder than this, sort of just to kill off the bugs and to give our plants a proper dormant season. I've recently cut my hawthorn hedges and there's new growth competing with the old growth that's still there, and I've never seen that before. We have about 3 main flower buying from the publics, 3 main times of the year. Valentine's Day, we have Mother's Day, and we have Christmas, and they're all absolutely dreadful for the British flower grower. We really need something else in the middle of summer when our flowers look beautiful. For Valentine's Day, 99% of the men in this country will go out and buy their sweetheart a bunch of red roses. These red roses will all have come from Kenya or India. We can't grow roses at this time of year in this country. We grow very few, even in the summertime. We don't have any large commercial growers of roses any longer left in Britain. So we're very left with tulips. I think are probably one of the main things coming out of Lincolnshire already, and already in the first week of February they're already in the supermarkets. Supermarkets could certainly start carrying a much larger range, not at this time of year, but as it goes forward into the summer. Now, Marks and Spencer's and Waitrose do carry during the summertime a much wider range than the others, but basically, as with nearly everything, it comes down to price. The supermarkets are very much price driven. They compete with each other for the cheapest bunch, and the public, sadly, have got used to seeing a bunch of flowers for £3. We shouldn't even try and compete with that. You simply can't. All the supermarket flowers, those typical bunches that's got a carnation, a chrysanthemum rose or a lily in them, they've virtually all come from South America in their millions and millions, and we simply can't compete, and we shouldn't try and compete with that. Our strength is in the variety of flowers that we can grow. The difficulty is that they will find they are much harder to find. It is so easy now, we're all very used to going to the supermarket and flowers are there. They're the first thing that meets you as you go in through the door. But as I say, virtually all of them imported. Now, if you decide you want to go out and find British flowers, you will find occasionally some in the supermarkets. As I just said, you'll find British tulips there at the moment. But for the rest of the year, you actually have to work harder to go and find them. You have to look for a specialist grower or go to a florist that actually supplies or stocks British flowers, and there aren't very many, and look for them there. We're fighting hard against this and doing as much as we can to get more British flowers out there, more easy to find, but we've got quite a mountain to climb. I think everybody could try it, yes I do. But 4.5 years ago, I started a National Association of Cut Flower Growers called Flowers from the Farm. You can find us on the internet, www.flowersfromthfarm.co.uk. And I started it, I called it Flowers from the Farm because I thought I was starting a diversification opportunity for farmers. I'd grown flowers, I'd taken them to farmers' markets, I'd started doing local bouquets, from there I'd grown to doing weddings, and I'd realised that actually there was money to be made in doing this, and I wanted to let other people know about it. For anybody, it's a very small outlay, packets of seeds, a few plants, something like that. You could literally set the whole thing up from seeds. Seed packets start at £1.50, £2 a packet. Half an acre grows a massive, incredible amount of flowers, probably more than you can look after on your own, but half an acre of flowers around the back in the stackyard will give you enough to start a small farm diversification.